Tsuneo Imahori is an often unsung, overlooked legend of anime, only being involved in a scant handful of projects. Most famously, he is the man responsible for the soundtracks of Hajime no Ippo, Gungrave, and Trigun. Unfortunately, I cannot use any of the masterclass work that went into Trigun because the rights holders are selfish, greedy lunatics that will mute and take down entire videos if you dare use even a few seconds of any of the soundtrack in a video because they don't understand how fair use works. And if they do, they simply do not care and collectively be rendered into compost like the sacks of human waste. And Trigun. Yeah, he's that guy. The grungy and strange mix of comfy lounge music and industrial chaos. In this video, I'm going to go over what little is known about the man. And I do mean little. He is as much of an enigma as he is a genius. Born on September 5th, 1962, in an unknown province in Japan to unknown parents. Yeah, that's how little is known about him. Imahori picked up acoustic guitar at the age of 12. His inspirations range from British folk music such as Bert Jansch, as well as Frank Zappa and Andy Partridge. Unlike how many would probably think, myself included before doing what research is available for this absolute king of the guitar, Imahori formed a band prior to becoming involved in anime. In 1986, when he was 24, he helped form a band of 3 men, later 6, called Typographica, which I will now sidestep to explore. Typographica focused on what they described as the theme of collapse, which emphasized the process of degradation, with the apparent goal of being the antithesis of free jazz. They were highly influenced by industrial music, and at their inception there was a great deal of noise in their compositions. However, they weren't satisfied with their early efforts. As another member was absorbed into the group, bringing it up to 4, they felt what they were attempting was not being expressed clearly. In 1989, Imahori went on a tour of Africa to explore their music. He would later express that he found within them a musical dialect, which he likened to the language itself, and became convinced that there should be a unique way for the Japanese to speak within the language of music. He wanted to put a clear line between traditional Japanese ethnic music and modern exoticism. From my knowledge, I believe this is due to how traditional Japanese music has remained largely stagnant over the past century. Evolution that has come from Japan in terms of music has been solely taken from outside sources, such as rock and jazz from the US of A, which is explained by the whole World War II debacle, which I will not get into here. I believe that Imahori was looking for a musical dialect unique to modern Japan. Whether he was ever successful in this remains to be judged by the man himself. Certainly, he has a unique sound to him, despite clear influences. After returning from his tour to Africa, he and the band were rejuvenated with a fresh outlook. They expressed their own, more certain dialect and beat, and as a whole matured into the sound, the dialect, that they were attempting to create. Imahori, as the composer, used gut feelings to direct their dialect and sway. In 1991, their trombone player was added, and in 1995, their bassist. It was then, when the final pair were added to the puzzle, that Typographica came into its final form. With these 6, they released 4 albums. Typographica, The Man Who Does Not Nod, God Says I Can't Dance, and Floating Opera. Unfortunately, after this, the band drifted apart for reasons unknown. Imahori himself collaborated with the legendary Yoko Kanno's Seatbelts to provide guitar work for Cowboy Bebop soundtrack, and has since been included in most albums, collections, and appearances of the Seatbelts in relation to Bebop. At the same time, he created the soundtrack to Trigun, and with that cemented his legacy. While he made the soundtracks to the first 2 seasons of Hajime no Ippo and Gungrave, it was ultimately Trigun that he remains most known for. Where is Tsuneo Imahori now? Since 2004, he's only done one more soundtrack for anime, Trigun's 2010 movie Badlands Rumble. Aside from that, he's collaborated with various artists for films and games, providing skill from various different guitar types. Somewhere around 2011, he's formed a new band of 3 men, Tadahiko Yokogawa, an old Typographica drummer and now longtime friend, Akira Sotoyama. They seem to focus on record releases every several years and local venue gigs. Imahori himself is semi-active on Japanese Facebook, and his current band, Un Bel Tipo, has a tiny YouTube channel with 377 subscribers at the time of writing this script, which is mostly used to upload previews of tracks that they are creating. And that's it. That's where the trail of solid information ends. And finding out more than he made some soundtracks required digging in the trenches of the Wayback Machine and eventually coming across his current work. And now the video ends. Thanks for watching. Make sure to do all the interaction stuff to make me feel validated in spending all my time talking about someone I quite enjoy. The last few minutes of this video are going to be a chronological look at his work over the years. There's no substantial commentary I can add to any of it, so I am tacking it on at the end of the video.